And what better way to kick off the Open Division Championship than with a beautiful national anthem sung by St. Joseph Academy student Issa. Welcome to Montgomery High School for what promises to be a fun evening of basketball, the back end of our quadruple header. He's Jonah Malkin, I'm Jonathan Rifkin. Jonah, are you as ready as I am to rock and roll with this game?
Oh, this is going to be a great matchup. This is the finale right here. This is what you've been waiting for, was this moment right here. Two of the best teams in San Diego, and it's only fitting that they're meeting at the most important time of the season in the championship game.
Cathedral Catholic versus Torrey Pines. The last Torrey Pines loss in San Diego came on this very floor in 2020 to Cathedral Catholic, but the Torrey Pines Falcons come into today at 28-0, Cathedral at 17-2, and boy, do we have a good one on tap. Jonah, really quickly before we get to the tip here, give me one key for both teams.
I think it's going to be free throws. We've seen throughout this tournament, these games are coming down to the wire. Whichever team can make free throws late, I think is going to end up closing this one out.
All right, let's get it going. Can't show you the court, unfortunately. So during breaks, we'll be back on camera. Radio broadcast brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. The Dons in their road reds with white numbers and letters on the front, outlined by yellow. The home whites with yellow numbers on the front and back for Torrey Pines. The tip is controlled by Cathedral Catholic. Coming into today at 17-2 as announced by head coach Will Cunningham in his 12th season. 232 wins, making him the winningest coach in Cathedral Catholic Dons basketball history. On the right wing, it's dumped down from Dominic Muncie, I believe, looking for Dylan Wilhite. And a jump ball between him and Chris Howell. Possession arrow favors Torrey, and the Dons turn it over on the opening possession.
Yeah, Wilhite didn't make a quick enough move off that entry pass, and Torrey Pines, the Falcons defense, was ready to defend him.
And now the St. Mary's commit, Nick Hammerman, leading scorer, 18.4 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, swings it up top to Chris Howell. Howell matched up with the big man, that's Dylan Willie. And he goes right at Wilhite, can hit, offensive rebound, the scoop is put back up and in. Otto Landrum getting on the board here, 12 points per game is his stint. A minute into the opening quarter here, the Open Division Championship, 2-0, ankle breaker, and all the way to the rack, Jaden LaBelle lays it up and in for two.
Nice quick move by Jaden LaBelle.
Nice spin down low. Hammerman against some tough defense, can hit. Rebound falls to Alex Wade. Wade leading the charge, stops on the shoulder, kicks it to the corner. Step back three, LaBelle, swish!
Jaden LaBelle, 2 for 2 to start. And once you drop a defender like that on the opening shot, you feel invincible.
And a foul in the backcourt, too handsy for the Dons. Dominic Muncie, the senior guard, wrapped up Chris Howell in the backcourt, so Torrey Pines gets inside out. They trail 5-2.
And Johnny, Otto Landrum, who scored the first 2 points for Torrey Pines, to me, he's the key. He's got the size. He's got to be able to get Dylan Wilhite in foul trouble and control the glass for Torrey Pines tonight.
A packed house here. Not a seat open on either side. The far side, Torrey Pines, the near Cathedral, the three, which Cameron Line answers back with a three of his own. 4 points on the season, but up near 50% from three. He's a point away from matching his season total or average.
And as a shooting guard, you run off screens, you get your feet set. That's what he did right there. Knocked out. Great answer in the corner.
LaBelle into the corner. Wade for three. Cans it. Back-to-back threes for the Dons. They lead 8-5, and we have a three-point shootout here early at Montgomery High School. On the left side, ball is swung. It's Diego Camposano. On the near corner now, Otto Landrum being matched up with Wilhite. Swings it into the left corner for three. Camposano in and out. Rebound comes away to Wade, and Wade will lead the break here for the Dons. Crossing the timeline. He's picked up by Klein. Going right at Klein, flips it up, but it's too short. The follow by Wilhite is good. First points here for Dylan Wilhite. 10-5, Cathedral Catholic up early.
Great job by Wilhite following the play, trailing it, outworking Landrum inside and tipping it up and in.
Nick Herman swings it right wing. In the right corner now, a high post bounce pass goes back to Herman. He faces a double, trying to get it into the middle, bounces off his shoulder, comes away to Muncie. Muncie goes near corner to LaBelle. Back to Muncie, nearly traveled with it. Swings it to Alex Wade, and then a whistle blown, a foul on Torrey Pines. Will give the Dons the ball back side out.
Boy, is Muncie lucky on that one. Kept his pivot foot down. Nearly was going to be called for the travel. Good defense from Nick Herman, but able to get rid of it.
Diego Camposano picks up his first. 10-5, 5 minutes to go here, opening quarter. On the right wing, Alex Wade putting the moves on. He's picked up by Chris Howell, and Wade will bring it back out and call the shots now. Wade, a phenomenal senior point guard for this team. Swings it up top to Obina Anyanwu, and he travels. He stepped left, pivoted, and then stepped right. Gives it right back to Torrey Pines.
And Johnny, Obina Anyanwu has to be aggressive, because when he's aggressive, this team is electric. There are only 2 losses to really good teams, St. Augustine and Mater Dei, and those were the 2 games where he wasn't as impactful as he wanted to be.
Yeah, and they're going to need him here today. Whistle's blown as the initial throw down to the paint here for Torrey Pines is made. It goes against the Dons off the ball. Jaden LaBelle picks up his first. Second team foul for the Dons, 1 for Torrey Pines, 4:44 to play here, opening quarter, 10-5 the score from Montgomery. Jonathan Rifkin, Jonah Malkin on the call with you. Under the hoop, you got to get it in. It's a swing into the corner for 3. Camposano to play. Stays with Cathedral, or goes to Cathedral Catholic rather. These 2 teams matched up last in 2020 in the Open Division Championship. It was Cathedral Catholic walking away with the win. They went on to lose to Renaissance Academy in the regionals. On the other end, Torrey Pines lost to Windward in the regionals. A great Windward team, one of the best teams in California. Alex Wade stops right shoulder, has his pass taken away by Herman. Herman leading the charge now. On the right wing, he swings at the Camposano. Up top, it'll be a reset to Howell. Howell feed down low to the post. Klein into the corner for 3. Airballed. Rebound comes away to the Dons and Muncie. Muncie on the left wing brings it back up. Swings it into the corner, Wade. High post now, Wilhite backing down the big man, flips it up and in for 2.
Great post-up position by Wilhite. He shielded Lundrum underneath the basket and was able to utilize the basket to his advantage to get the shot off.
Diego Camposano up top for the Dons. Rather for the Torrey Pines Falcons. Nice cut down low. Herman got smothered, couldn't hit. He'll go to the line for 2. A zone defense in effect. It was a 2-1-2, Jonah, which opens up the middle, and a great find from Camposano to Herman to set it up for the foul.
And how do you beat the zone? It's quick passes into the middle. You can't hold and stall too long, because otherwise the defense is going to recover. That time Torrey Pines was able to find the Dons a little bit slow on their rotations, and Herman found himself wide open underneath.
Wilhite picks up his first foul. Herman cans the first on the season for the senior star, heading to St. Mary's in the fall Division I school. 85% from the free throw line, out scorching. That's good for second team behind Klein, who shoots at an 88% clip. 12-6 our score. Herman lines up opportunity number 2 and hits it. 12-7. Torrey Pines trailing by 5. Cathedral Catholic has led every moment of the opening 4.5 minutes. Alex Wade calmly brings it up, gets a pair of screens left side, picked up by Howe, goes right at Howe into the middle of the paint, kicks it out for 3. It's Muncie. Yes!
And all of that because of Wade's penetration. Collapses the defense, kicks it out to a wide open Muncie, and he makes him pay.
Nick Whitty just checked in. A turnover, though, by Camposano, and a lay-in by Alex Wade, rather. 17-7, and a dunk on the other end by Otto Landrum. He's on the board, and it's an 8-point game. 17-9, 3 minutes to go here in the first. On the right wing, Alex Wade calling this out of play or away, but a whistle is blown. Obina Anyanwu was the intended target, and we're going to get Diego Camposano with a reach in. That's his second foul. You do not want him to get into foul trouble here early. Under the hoop here for the Dons. Inbound goes to Wilhite, going right at Landrum. Can't hit the lay-in, but he'll go to the line for 2 after drawing contact from Landrum.
And Wilhite is doing a great job of asserting himself down low. Again, that's the matchup to watch, is Dylan Wilhite and Otto Landrum. And so far early in this game, both players are holding their own well, but Wilhite's actually drawing some fouls on these players for Torrey Pines, and that's crucial as this game progresses because size is of a premium.
Shea Fitzgerald getting ready to check in here. First free throw splashes through for Dylan Wilhite, senior 6'8", 225. He basically is a linebacker out there, but he's so versatile, almost impossible to defend. And now apparently we have an issue at the scorer's table. Clock stopped at 3 minutes at 17-9. And did the free throw count? It did. So now they have to add the free throw onto the board. I think. They didn't add the free throw. It's still an 8-point game. 17-9. He missed the back end. Torrey Pines comes the other way for three. Camposano straight away off back iron. Rebound tracked down here and controlled by Wilhite. Wilhite goes to Wade. Wade calmly bringing it up right wing. Gets a screen from Wilhite. Pulls back for three. It's short. Rebound taken here by Nick Herman as he runs the break on the left baseline. Herman going right at the defense. Lays it up too hard. Rebound falls to Shea Fitzgerald. Guns it up to LaBelle. Floats it up. Can't hit through contact. He'll head to the line for two. And I believe Diego Camposano just picked up his second.
And they just added that extra free throw as well. So the correct score is up there, 18-9.
I'm bad at math, so we need to rely on all the great mathematicians sitting next to us to get the score right, and I'm glad after a little deliberation they did. 18-9 our score. Second foul here for Camposano, and at the free throw line now comes Jaden LaBelle.
And I love the activity of Jaden LaBelle. He is fearless out there, and really he was the tone setter for this Cathedral Catholic team right from the beginning. He hit his first two shots, he drew some fouls, and now he's going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, he splashed through the first one. He's a great shooter, very dynamic player, and Dylan Wilhite will get a much-deserved rest. His team up by 10 pending the free throw. And in his place is, I believe, Nick Narcy. Nope, it's actually Obina Inyenu who came back in here. So 2 for 2 from the line, 29 our score, 2:25 to play here opening quarter. Up top, it's Nate Whitty. In the corner against the zone. He's picked up by Thomas Notriani. On the left wing, the ball goes here to Logan Houston. Houston dumps it into the middle. Whitty has his pocket picked by Alex Wade. Wade in a 1-on-2 stutter step to the rack. It's off the left iron. Rebound ripped down by Onyanwu. Floats it back up. Can't get the follow. And finally, the Torrey Pines Falcons and Logan Houston come away with it on the other end. An offensive foul. Spinning into the lane was Otto Landrum. But taking the charge was Shea Fitzgerald.
Great job by Fitzgerald, just sitting in the chair, getting in position, and Otto Landrum, while he was doing a great job running the floor, couldn't beat Fitzgerald to that spot. Ref saw it outside of the restricted area and called for the offensive foul.
First foul for Landrum on the day, 14 fouls on both sides. Under 2 to play in the first quarter, 29 our score. The Dons have led every moment of this first quarter. Thomas Notriani on the right wing, dumps it high shoulder to Onyanwu. On the left wing now Fitzgerald, takes it up top, puts the moves on Whitty, and brings it back up to Wade with 15 on the shot clock. The Dons will reset. Wade, he's picked up by Howell. Man-on-man defense for Torrey Pines. They do have size. Wade stops his dribble left wing, up top Onyanwu. Straight away, high arcing three. It's short, not a good shot. Herman comes away with the rebound. 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Herman, coast to coast, draws contact, can't hit. He'll head to the line for two.
And that's just perfectly executed defense by Torrey Pines. You're willing to give up a three to Onyanwu. That's not his game, and they knew it, and they just sagged off him.
And we will see Dylan Wiltie come back in. We are waiting for the official foul. So they're calling it on Jaden LaBelle, his second. Not a guy you want to see in foul trouble here if you're head coach Will Cunningham. 232 is his win total, only 108 losses. He's the winningest coach at Cathedral Catholic. He's won 3 San Diego section championships, 2012, 2019, and 2020. This is his 6th appearance in the San Diego section championship. No team in San Diego has ever won back-to-back championships. Cathedral could be the first.
And Johnny, something to watch as this game progresses is kind of the Gonzaga effect, meaning Torrey Pines is undefeated so far this year. You wonder if as this game continues to tighten up and progress, if an undefeated season and protecting an undefeated season starts to creep into the minds of some of these players or not.
Torrey Pines will be vying for that open division regional spot. Cathedral Catholic is not going to be in the regional. They will be heading to Arizona for Section 7 tournament next week. 2 for 2 from the line for Herman. Above 80% on the season. It's a 9-point game. 22-11. $1:20 to play here in the first. Up top, Wade facing the double. Back to his zone defense for Torrey Pines. But Wade dishes it down low to Notriani. Uncontested, he lays it in. And Thomas Notriani's on the board here in the first quarter. A reckless drive from Howell, can hit, rebound falls to Lowell. Here come the guns. Notriani to Wade, bounce pass down low to Wilhite, can hit. And then the follow, I believe he was knocked, and he'll head to the line for two. It's going to go against Nick Herman.
Man, the unselfishness and the passing right now from Cathedral Catholic is just on point. And the thing is, no one's taking the first shot that's available. They're utilizing the pump fake. They're giving the extra pass. They're getting close range shots close to the rim. And it's paying big dividends. Even though Wilhite misses the first free throw, they're getting close looks right around the basket, and they're playing beautiful, unselfish basketball.
First foul for Nick Herman. 16 fouls for Torrey Pines. No more to give, and we still have a quarter to play here in the first half. 50 seconds to go in the first. 0 for 2 for Wilhite. He couldn't get the second to go. And now Chris Howell, the senior point guard, will bring it up on the season. Howell averaging 13.5 points per game. That's second on the team. And up top, Herman has it, picked up by Wade. 2 dribbles to his left, goes high left shoulder. And a strip by Onyanwu. Whistle's blown, and he double dribbled with it.
Oh, you hate to see that right after a perfect defensive stop. He started running without dribbling the basketball. You can't do that.
They're saying he brought it up and then back down with a palm. He's arguing his case that he only took 1 dribble.
And that he didn't have full possession of the basketball.
Under the hoop here, Herman to inbound. 33 seconds to go, no shot clock for Torrey Pines. He just heaves it 90 feet down the court. Where Nady is bringing it up calmly, picked up by Alex Wade at midcourt. Whitty stops left shoulder, or left wing rather. Swings it up to Herman. 20 seconds to go here in the first. 22-11, Cathedral Catholic is up. And Herman is just going to wait. They're going to ISO him. Sebastian Thayer up top, going to come for a screen. There's 10 seconds left. Herman starting his move with 6. Herman straight away with 4. Herman straight away 3 is short. Offensive rebound by Houston. As time expires here in the first, the shot will not get off. And that's how the first quarter will conclude. 22-11. Cathedral Catholic leads after 1 in a blinding offensive spurt for the Dons. We'll return from Montgomery in a moment for the second quarter. You're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego Section Boys Open Division Championship, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Back here at Montgomery High School, the back end of our quadruple header of the day started way back at 11 o'clock. A win for Mater Dei Catholic in the boys Division I. Then we saw wins for El Camino in the girls Division I and Cathedral Catholic in the girls Open Division. And now we have the nightcap. Cathedral Catholic up over Torrey Pines 22-11. Alex Wade out of the side pass in, takes it to the rack, but he's denied by Logan Houston. And Cathedral Catholic will regain possession here with 26 seconds on the shot clock under their own hoop. Jonah, Cathedral owned the first quarter. What does Torrey Pines have to do to get back into it?
They got to get some quality shots, move the basketball, and just shoot it with confidence. Right now, a lot of their shots are missing short, which has to do with your legs, so they got to find a way to get some open looks in the second quarter.
Up top, Wiltsey has his pass taken away by Houston. Houston gets stripped up from behind by Notriani, and that is team foul number 5, so one more foul to give for the Dons. And foul trouble here for Torrey Pines. They have 16 fouls.
The other thing you can do is force turnovers like they just did and leak out in transition, and that's where Torrey Pines is at their best, is in transition getting those easy buckets.
The gunner here, side out for Torrey Pines, is Chris Howell. Pass hands it to Wade in a one with Houston. Dumps it to a cutting Fitzgerald. He hits and the foul. Very bad inbounds plays. Jonah, it was right in front of us, and Howell basically just handed it to Wade and said, I'll give you the assist on the turnover.
It was just a lackadaisical pass, and he didn't think that Wade was actually going to continue to go for it, and he totally read the passing lane, and you could see the frustration bubbling over on head coach John Olive, just saying, what are you doing?
Logan Houston picks up his first foul. 7:30 remaining here in the second. 25-11 as Fitzgerald calmly hits the and one opportunity. Largest lead of the day for the Dons. It's 14. On the right wing, Nick Herman controls it, picked up by Notriani, and calmly dribbles it up top and finds Houston. Now into the corner. A penetration by Herman. Back to Houston in the middle of the paint. Floats it up and in off glass for two.
Nice patience right there by Logan Houston. Waited for the defense to jump on the pump fake and went up.
Goes down low to Onyanwu. He's denied at the rack by Sebastian Fayer. And then coming back down with it, Onyanwu used his off arm, and that is a foul. Torrey Pines with a perfect defensive possession. They get it back here with 7:02 in the second, down by 12. Torrey Pines 28-0, the first time a San Diego school has ever gone undefeated. Even though it was a shortened year, but 28 games, no small feat. Ranked number 2 in the state of California on max preps behind Sierra Canyon. The floater by Whitty is denied by Onyanwu. Onyanwu rips down the board, finds Wade, and Wade will bring it up for the Dons. Up 25-13. 14 points has been the largest lead of the day. In the corner, Shea Fitzgerald goes back to Wade. On the right wing, picked up by Houston. Waiting for a high screen, no action here. Wade stops, pops from the right wing, can't drop the three. Fitzgerald bats the ball around, and Herman comes away with it. And then Alex Wade just bumps to Herman. Herman shares with him, and it will be a 1-on-1 situation now for an 82% free throw shooter in Nick Herman. And Jaden LaBelle will come back in here for much needed offense for Cathedral Catholic. Shea Fitzgerald will take a seat.
And it's crazy to think, Johnny, you look up at the scoreboard, and Cathedral Catholic still up by 12 points. I mean, you think that this game is a little bit closer with the way that both teams are attacking, but then you look up and you realize that Cathedral Catholic's just been making more shots, and that's why they've got this big lead. But free throws are a perfect way to stymie momentum, find your rhythm, and I think that could be wondrous for Nick Herman, who makes the first free throw. For him to get going, averaging 18 points per game, he's the leader. He was so vocal in warm-ups, Johnny, setting the tone for his team from start to finish, that if he gets going, I think that'll have a ripple effect.
No, Jonas, for 3 games today, we didn't see a lot of whistles in the first half. We have 14 fouls here, and we still have 6:27 to play in the second quarter. This has been a much more aggressive game than we've seen up to this point. 25-15, Herman Cans, both 6:20 to play here in the half. Up top, Alex Wade picked up by Houston. Dumps down low to Onyanwu. Turns on the block, shoots and scores off glass.
Oh, that's a perfect steal by Onyanwu, especially on Chris Howell right there. Got that inside position, just turned and went up with it quickly.
Herman left wing. Swings it up top to Whitty. Whitty picked up by LaBelle. Goes back to Herman. Herman left shoulder. Wade reached, but it might be off the body of Notriani. We'll see who they tally the foul to. It goes to Tom Notriani.
And the one thing that the Dons are doing really well is every time Herman is attacking the basket, they've got 3-4 bodies inside the paint clogging that up, because we know that's where he likes to go to, and forcing him to have to do his damage on the perimeter.
First free throw sunk here for Herman at the line. Has yet to miss here, now 5 for 5, trying to be perfect, 6 for 6, 27-16, trying to cut it to a 10-point game with 5:56 to play in the second. Hits the St. Mary's commit. You know he's going to be playing some heavy hitters in the West Coast Conference, Jonah. A lot of people that he's played with on the travel ball teams and against here in the San Diego and up in the southern sections.
Oh, they're inheriting a good one. Good player, no doubt.
Welty up top, hands it off to Wade. Wade calling the shots up against Houston. Stops on the left shoulder, too hard on the 8-footer. Rebound falls to Herman. Herman turns on the Jets against Wade. Spins on the shoulder, into the paint. Goes right at Wade, flips it up, can't hit, but he'll go to the line for two.
And the third straight trip to the free throw line for Nick Herman. He's starting to get more aggressive, and you can see that the whole team is feeding off of that aggressiveness right now, especially on the defensive end.
And by the way, I mean, Alex Wade and Nick Herman have been exchanging words possession by possession. These are two great competitors, two of the best at their position here in San Diego, and Herman is trying to give Wade everything he can offensively. Back at the line, Herman is 6 for 6, trying to make it 8 for 8 at this trip. First one's up and good. Subs coming in here for Torrey Pines. James Bemmer, 6'6" senior, comes in, along with Cameron Klein for Torrey Pines. 5:29 to go here in the half. Torrey Pines trying to win the Open Division. Cathedral Catholic looking to be the first team in San Diego history to go back-to-back here in the Open Division. Also, their girls won. Their girls won in 2019 and 2020, and the boys, or in 2021, and the boys are trying to win in 2020 and 2021. Second free throw, no good from Herman. It's an 8-point game, 27-19, 5:20 to play here. Alex Wade, right wing, swings it up to James Bemmer. Excuse me, that's Boston. Nope, Dominic Muncy. The numbers are all messed up. It's Muncy. Right wing three on Yanwu. No good. Rebound falls to Otto Landrum. Landrum goes to Herman on the left baseline. Herman stops straight away. It's short. Rebound tracked down here by Onyanwu. Not a good shot by Herman. Way too early in the shot clock. Timeout, Cathedral Catholic. And our first timeout, Jonah, which means we get to say hello to all of our beautiful people out there. What's going on, guys? Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, delighted to be with you on the call. Can't show the court during the game. During timeout, love to be part of this experience, giving you a sense of the vibe. You can see packed house behind us on the Cathedral side, packed house on the far side here for Torrey Pines. But Jonah, 27-19, Torrey now slowly chipping away. How does Cathedral regain momentum? How does Torrey keep chipping away?
Well, first of all, I think that Will Height is the key. In the first quarter, when he was aggressive, getting fouls, getting easy layups, that's when they were at their best because they were slowing down Torrey Pines and they were drawing him into foul trouble. And so when Will Height is aggressive and he's actually active and involved in the offense, that's when this team is at their best.
We'll see if Will Height can reestablish his dominance down low. He is out there right now, matched up with Otto Landrum out of the timeout. Dons have it under 5 to play here in the half. Up 27-19. Wade against Herman. Herman giving him everything on defense, but Wade keeps it on the right wing. Man-on-man defense. Swings it into the corner. That's Muncy up top to Onyanwu. Picked up by Howell. Back to Muncy, right wing. Near side corner now. Behind the back for LaBelle. Muncy with 8 on the shot clock. Now 6 on the right wing. Goes up top to Wade. Wade with 4. Wade with 2. Left wing Trey. Short. Rebound by Herman. Good defensive possession for Torrey Pines. Running the break now. It's Whitty on the near corner. Dumps it to Herman. Back to Whitty. On the high post, they go to Landrum. Landrum swings it to Herman. Tracks it down. 8-footer on the baseline is long. Ball's tipped around. Regained here by Landrum. He'll swing it back up to Whitty. Fresh possession here for Torrey Pines. They trail by 8 with 4 to go in the second quarter. On the left wing, Nick Herman. 7 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. He also has a pair of threes. Otto Landrum has it. Back up top, Herman against Wade. Herman wants the ISO. No, he dumps it down. Going right at the rack, but missing the lay-in is Otto Landrum. Ball goes off the foot of a Torrey Pines player, Chris Howell, and it'll go back to Cathedral Catholic. Hectic 2 possessions there for Torrey Pines.
And the Dons have done a great job just bothering Chris Howell right now. Flushed him, showing multiple, but he's not allowing him to develop any type of rhythm and consistency, and he's visibly frustrated, Johnny, and they need him to stay positive. He's a big part of their team. He's their leading assist guy. So when he's active, this team can function at its best.
Yep, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 13 points. That's good for second on the team. He's a do-it-all guy for you. You need him to step up here. Left corner 3, Wade, short. And there's Howell with the rebound. Great box out on Onyanwu. Now he leads the break. Swings it near corner, Whitty. Up top for 3, Herman. Almost got it to go, but how about the offensive rebound? Tracked down by Cameron Klein. Now Herman inside through contact. Can't hit, but he lays it up and in. And Alex Wade just shoved him. No call, though. It is getting chippy on the floor between two schools who, folks, I promise you, have never liked each other.
Oh, they're letting these guys play. That's what you love to see, a championship on the line. They're giving it their all right now, and the refs are letting it play out.
27-21. Ball's batted around. It's ripped down by Klein. Great job by Cam Klein to control it, and here come the Falcons trying to cut into the lead ever more. Klein left wing. Swings it near side. Herman thought about a three. Attacks, step back. Floater is up and good from 8 feet. Great play by Nick Herman to get the defense off balance.
Great patience using the pump fake, get the defender off of him, and then just step through and banked it in.
What was once a 14-point lead has been cut to 5. Herman almost turned it over. He hits the deck. Tracking it down is Landrum. He hits the floor. Ball goes around to Whitty. Now Landrum in the middle against two guys. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Oh, my goodness. What a game we have on our hands, Jonah.
And the leader, Nick Herman, just trying to set this tone for the team, relentlessly driving it to the basket, drawing fouls. And you can see he's gassed right now, standing close to the logo. He's giving everything. This could be one of the last games for him. So
this
he's
will
leaving
be the last game.
This will
no
be the last game
because
for him.
he will not be going to Section 7.
You're right. So this is the last game for him. So he's leaving it all out on the floor.
And he is literally playing. You can see his heart beating through his chest. He's playing his heart out right now. Going to the line for 2, where he's 7 for 8 so far in the evening. Switches through the first 15-footer. Platoon swap here for Torrey Pines. Sebastian Fayer comes back in. Cam Klein will take a seat. No, Cam Klein's still out there. He comes in for Otto Landrum. And we will also see a reappearance here. I believe Chris Howell just came back in after sitting for a while. Also coming back in, Shea Fitzgerald for Cathedral Catholic. Herman goes 9 for 10 from the line in the first half. It's a 2-point game, 27-25, 2:15 to go. LaBelle is going to come back out. And Thomas Notriani will come back in for Cathedral Catholic. It's a 2-point game, 2:12 to play here in the first half. Open Division Boys Championship. Could not get more exciting than this. High screen is illegal by Notriani. He tried to free up Alex Wade, and that is a bad turnover for the Dons. And just like that, we're going to see Logan Houston reappear, and Sebastian Fayer is going to take a seat.
And all the momentum with Torrey Pines right now, doing it on both ends of the floor.
And now Dylan Wilhite coming back in. They need his presence down low desperately. So many offensive opportunities. Second and third chances for Torrey Pines in this one. Side out, Cam Klein. Full court press. He gets it into Howell, but he's immediately picked up by Muncie. On the right wing, he finds Whitty up top. Now Howell back with it against the zone defense for the Dons. He swings it into the corner to Nate Whitty. Now up top, Herman for 3. In and out. Ball's batted around. Well, away with now Muntz back to Wade. And a foul, an offensive foul. Obina Onyanwu just ran over Logan Houston. And that is 2 back-to-back offensive fouls by the Dons.
And they've kept Onyanwu in check as well. That was a matchup also, an interpersonal matchup between Hoswell and Onyanwu, the two of them going at it. And right now, again, just a 2-point game, 27-25. Torrey Pines, despite being down by as many as 12 and 14 earlier in this quarter, find themselves potentially taking the lead right here.
They were down 22-11, 22-2-2-11. I want to make sure that we got that clear. Coming into this quarter, they're on a 14-5 run. They've held Cathedral Catholic to 5 points through 6 minutes and 15 seconds. That is not easy. They had some perspiration down there, and Chris Howell showing his janitorial skills, wiping it up on the floor. Now we're ready to go. Torrey Pines in possession, looking to tie or take the lead here with $1:45 to go in the second quarter. On the right wing, Howell hands it off to Whitty. Back to Howell. Whitty now in the right corner. They find Herman, picked up by Wade. These two guys have been chippy all evening long. And the Cathedral faithful booing him. Now Howell, left baseline drive, through contact, can't hit. They say it was a block. And then another turnover as I believe Will Height stepped out of bounds when he rebounded the ball.
And just right now, they're losing their concentration. They're just losing their concentration. They're letting this lead slip away. They're giving multiple, ample chances to Torrey Pines to tie or take the lead.
That's 2 offensive fouls and a turnover on the rebound in 3 possessions for Cathedral Catholic. On the inbound, Herman in the left pocket. Steps back for 3, swish! And Torrey Pines takes their first lead of the evening. They're up 28-27 with 1:10 to play in the second quarter.
To Herman. It's been the Herman show in the second quarter.
Alex Wade stops his dribble, left wing. Pass is taken away by Houston. One-on-one, Houston lays it in. 30-27, Torrey Pines leads. Timeout, Cathedral. Jonah, what a game.
I mean, momentum's fickle, Johnny, and at one moment you have it if you're Cathedral Catholic. Next moment, Nick Herman's taking over, saying, I'm putting my team on my back. This may be my last game. I ain't going out this way, and the team is feeding off it. It's been fantastic to watch.
It is a 19-5 run for Torrey Pines in this quarter, and Jonah, I think it's really the fire. Herman has brought the fire, but he's being supported by Chris Howell, who's been on the offensive glass. He's been supported by Arnold Landrum, and of course, Logan Houston off the bench, who's provided a big spark here for Torrey Pines. Cathedral Catholic needs to find some constant offense, making unforced turnovers that have allowed the Falcons back into this one.
And I'm going to pound the table on this. They need to get Will Height involved, because when he's effective, that's when they're at their best, drawing some fouls, creating that kick out to three-point shooters from the post.
Side out here, will Alex Wade bring it up, picked up by Whitty, gets a screen, stops his dribble left corner, and the pass goes through the fingertips of Dominic Muncie. That is 4 straight turnovers. Wait, now they're deliberating. And we got a reversal. Gave a 4th consecutive turnover off, and they'll have the ball back with 22 seconds on the shot clock, side out. Muncie to inbound. Finds Wade. Picked up by Whitty, goes right at him, and he loses it, gets it back at the free throw line. Through contact, throws it up. He'll head to the line for 2. Nate Whitty took away his landing space and gets tallied with a foul.
And more talking between Wade and Herman. That's what you love to see.
The two best players.
The 2 best players, but more importantly, the 2 captains and the leaders of these teams, both seniors as well. Now, one's got a slight height advantage over the other, but they're playing big tonight.
And honestly, I think that we will see Alex Wade at the next level. He deserves it. But Nick Herman does have the commit to St. Mary's to his credibility as well. Wade does sink the first, though. 30-28. There'll be a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock here in the second. Wade hits both. Quick coming in is Tom Manny. Will come in here for the Dons. And he will relieve Alex Wade, who will take his first rest here of the half.
And if you're Cathedral Catholic, you look about the score, you're only down 1. You get a stop, and you score a bucket, and all of a sudden you go into the half with a lead again.
Yeah, but Jonah, you know that they're going to be talking about how they blew a 14-point lead at halftime regardless.
Will you take a lead with a second half to play? That's the question that Coach Cunningham has to ask his team.
Obviously.
And if the answer is yes, then you're in a good spot.
Chris Howell with it, swings it right wing. Nick Whitty. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 24 seconds on the game clock. Now up top, Howell starting the action. I believe Nick Herman has yet to touch the ball here. Now 8 seconds. Howell gets a screen. 5 seconds. Howell spins, block, dumps it to the corner with 3 for 3. Houston, it's short. 5 seconds to go. Will Height with the rebound. 2 seconds all the way up to Anyonu. The ball is batted away. Half court heave is off right. And that is how the first 19-8 run, rather 7 run, and Torrey Pines is up 30-29, Jonah. As we hit the half, we'll step aside for 8 minutes and join you back here for the second half of action. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego Section Boys Basketball Open Division Championship, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Torrey Pines up 30-29, back in 8 minutes from Montgomery High School. Welcome back here, moments away from the second half. Getting underway for Montgomery High School. He's Jonah Malkin. I'm Jonathan Rifkin. Delighted to be with you on the final basketball game of the San Diego season. Very sad, but what better way for it to be capped off, Jonah, than with what we have going on in front of us. A 30-29 lead, a 1-point lead for the Torrey Pines into the second half.
Oh, the fluctuations have been just coming full force. You look at the scoreboard, Torrey Pines is up by 1, but how did they get there? Well, how they get there was they trailed by 14 in the second quarter, and Nick Herman went on an individual run, scoring 19 in the first half. That sparked a big run, and now you look up, and they're up by 1.
Nick Herman, one of the greatest success stories in all of high school basketball, had a really rough stint with cancer in 2018. Was told he may not survive. He's a fifth-year medical redshirt, and he is an inspiration and an incredible basketball player. And we are ready to go. He is the inbounder here for Torrey Pines. 19 points, 9 free throws in the first half. And we are underway. We are 2 quarters potentially away from crowning an Open Division champion. On the right wing, it's Chris Howell. Picked up by Muncie. Goes down low. Nice touch pass, but a block by Will Height on Otto Landrum. Coming the other way is Alex Wade. Walk on to Notre Dame, swings it near side. And now Dominic Muncie will take it. And Alex Wade swings it high post. Obina Unyanwu, the Cal commit, swings it left wing. Ball into the corner, 15 on the shot clock. And the Dons will reset, down by 1. With 10 on the clock now, Wade begins his move. Wade, the future Fighting Irish point guard, loses the ball. It's picked away by Howell. He loses it. Wade gets it back in the corner, dumps it down low to Unyanwu. He lays it up and in for 2.
Great second chance hustle from Unyanwu and Wade, and then able to find the big guy, reward the big guy for his hustle down low.
Hustle points here give the Dons the lead, 31-30. They've led by as much as 14. Torrey Pines hasn't led by more than 3 in the game. Up top for Torrey Pines, it's Diego Camposano. He loses it. On the floor is Muncie, swings it to Wade. Wade in a 3-on-3. Wade bounce pass on Unyanwu. Skip into the middle. He traveled with it. And that is a turnover. That's the third time, Jonah, that we've seen Obina Unyanwu turn it over via a travel or a carry.
And while I like the patience from Unyanwu, he keeps putting it on the floor instead of going up strong on that initial attempt, and the refs keep calling him for travel.
Chris Howell almost lost it. Muncie almost picked his pocket in the backcourt, but Howell now brings it up. 24 seconds on the shot clock. 6.5 to go here in the third. 1-point game. Dons up in the right corner. It's Otto Landrum. Now on the shoulder. He stops his dribble. Will Height matches up to him. Herman in the right corner for 3 in Wade's face. Short. Rebound track down, though, for Torrey Pines. Back up with it and leaving it short, though, is Diego Camposano. Rebound falls to Wade. Wade stutter steps to the rack. Off right. Offensive foul, though. Chris Howell steps in and takes the charge.
And you know that's one that Wade wishes he could get back. A little out of control, driving it down the middle. Less touch, and more importantly, not seeing the defender, just kind of placing himself, planting himself right there and able to charge.
A packed house here at Montgomery High School. 2 schools are arch rivals. Cathedral Catholic actually starts their seasons for football against Torrey Pines. This is a rich tradition.
There's some real animosity between these 2 fan bases, to say the least.
Howell bringing it up, botting up by Muncie. Deep left wing, takes it up top, gets the switch into the middle now. A little flip for Landrum is left short. Will Height gets the rebound.
And again, Will Height affecting 2 shots, a block to start the quarter, and a contested shot right there.
Will Height a preferred walk on at Kansas. Wade leaves a 3 short. Howell with the rebound. It's a 3-on-3 break led by Howell. Howell stutter steps to the rack. Against contact, can't hit. He'll go to the line for 2. Dylan Will Height picks up the foul.
And the one thing I will say, even though it hasn't come up in the stats department, I do love the pace that Howell plays at. He's always playing at his own tempo, not forcibly being rushed. He creates shots when he wants to. He drives when he wants to. And his feel for the game, again, it's not going to show up in the stats department, especially not tonight, but I just love the way that he's able to control the basketball.
Chris Howell, a 70% free throw shooter. Clanked off the back iron, but enough backspin on that one to bring it through the nylon. 31-31. We are knotted up. The first points here of the second half for Torrey Pines. They outscored Cathedral Catholic 19-5 in the second quarter rather, to take the lead. Howell can't hit the second. Ball's batted around. Regained here by Landrum in the middle. Offensive foul. He ripped off. He shoved Wilhite off of him. No, they're calling a defensive foul on Wilhite. They're saying Landrum was able to put it back up and in, even though the continuation looked to be a little late. And now at the free throw line is Otto Landrum with the and one.
Well, typically what the refs reward is hustle. And Otto Landrum was given all the hustle right there and being the aggressive guy.
And a big note here, fouls Wilhite, and the future Jayhawk is in foul trouble. I do not see a body coming off the Cathedral Catholic bench, which means they're going to keep him in. And if you're Torrey Pines, you got to keep attacking him, get him that fourth foul. The and one is good by Otto Landrum. It's a 34-31 lead here for Torrey Pines. The Dons fans don't like it. Alex Wade bringing it up. He's matched up with Chris Howe on the right wing. Swings it to Muncie in the corner, dumps it down low to Wilhite. Facing a double, brings it back out to Wade. Up top on Onyanwu. 19 on the shot clock. Onyanwu begins his move, hands it off to Wade. Wade spins in the middle of the paint, back out Onyanwu. Thought about a three, pulls it back down. Steps inside, left shoulder jumper off left, ball batted around. Alex Wade trying to track it down, he can't. Goes back to Torrey Pines. Errant possession. I like Onyanwu's aggression, but I don't like that he just stops 12 feet. He's so big and strong. Take it to the rack, big fella.
I mean, I agree with you. And they haven't been able to establish him down low. And they've been forced to have to shoot from the perimeter.
In the middle, Landrum up against two red jerseys, too hard on the force. Rebound tracked down by Wilhite, almost had his pocket picked. And then diving to the floor is Landrum. He punches it out of play. It'll stay with the Dons side out on their own side of the court. 30 on the shot clock. 4:48 to go here in the third. 34-31, and we have some perspiration. And this time, finally, we have some actual grounds crew to come on. The players don't have to be janitorial staff as well.
Oh, this is a big game, so you need some extra bodies out there to make this court run.
Beautiful court here at Montgomery, only 6 years old. One of the nicest high school basketball courts you'll ever see. Up top on Onyanwu. He's picked up by Camposano, loses it. On the floor now is Herman. He's fighting with Muncie. Muncie gets it. On the left wing, LaBelle thought about a three. Into the middle, loses it, got hacked. But it is prior to the shot. The first team foul here for Torrey Pines. And will be under the hoop here for the Dons.
And John LaBelle was really active in the first half. He had 7 points. They need his scoring in the second half for them to kind of make this back into a game in their favor.
LaBelle had the first points of the game. It was a three. Alex Wade to LaBelle in the near corner. Putting the moves on. He's picked up by Cam Klein. Stops inside the three-point line. On the 12-footer, he got fouled by Cam Klein. And that will send Jaden LaBelle to the line. Not a good foul if you're Cam Klein. That's his second. (34-31). 4:20 on the dot to go here in the third. Where are we in this game? It has been going by so blazingly quick, and there's been so much happening. It feels like the quarter numbers are menial compared to the actual play on the court.
And it feels like every single minute is a different storyline.
Oh, yeah.
Every single minute is a different storyline. And right now, though, in a weird way, I do kind of like the pace that the Dons are playing at in this third quarter. I think that Alex Wade is chirping a little bit more with Herman. The two of them are sticking with it, but they're starting to play a little bit more confidently in this quarter.
And LaBelle sinks both. It's a one-point game, 34-33, 4:15 to go here in the third. Owl goes behind the back, hands it off to Herman, picked up by Wade. St. Mary's versus Notre Dame. Ankles broken by Herman. Wade hits the deck, but a closeout here by Onyanwu. He goes out Onyanwu against contact. He gets fouled. No, a travel. One official called a foul, one called a travel. And the traveling violation will be awarded, so it's a turnover instead of a foul.
I think it's one of those bang-bang plays where you can go in either direction. Refs opted for the travel this time. The next time that happens, it could be a foul. So you're Nick Herman. Continue to stay aggressive. Continue to drive to the basket if you can.
34-33, 3:55 to play here in the third. The Dons have led by as many as 14. Torrey Pines has led by as many as 4. Up top is Obinna Onyanwu, the future Cal Berkeley basketball player. I think he might be a star, but I don't want to jinx it. Alex Wade on the drive against Camposano, kicks it out to LaBelle. LaBelle stutter steps to the rack, floats it up in and off glass.
Nice shot by LaBelle, under control, utilizing the window. Nice touch around the rim.
1 point lead now here for Cathedral Catholic, 35-34. Their last lead was 31-30. Nick Herman with it. The cancer survivor, the senior captain, and one of the most inspirational student athletes I've ever met. Swings it on the near side to Klein, rather. With 15 on the clock, they go back to Herman.
Nice denial by Muncie to Howell inside.
Klein heaves it, skip pass, cross court. Camposano for 3, splash. And Jonah, you overload one side with the zone, and the weak side gets exploited, and it leads to a 3, and Torrey Pines is back up by 2.
And that's what you have to do as an offense, is take advantage of that overload and make the defense pay, and they did that right there.
37-35, Alex Wade has his pocket picked by Howell, who stutter steps to the rack and beats Wade for the lay-in. Wow, what a play by Chris Howell. 39-35, that matches the largest lead of the day for Torrey Pines. On the left wing, Muncie for 3, too hard. Wilhite tips it back out, Muncie corrals it for a fresh possession here for the Dons. Wilhite thought about a 3, spins left shoulder, kicks it back out to Muncie. And now Alex Wade with it. Gets a high screen, bodies fly, offensive foul. No, they're not going to call an illegal screen, even though Jaden LaBelle thought it was an offensive foul. He started walking to the other end of the court. It's going to go against Chris Howell, his second.
Well, good thing LaBelle was wrong on that play.
Yeah, but that means I was wrong too.
I think the Cathedral fans will be happy with that.
Fair enough. On the near side, the gunner is Shea Fitzgerald, and timeout Cathedral Catholic. 2:14 to play here in the third, 39-35. Let's bring you here courtside. He's Jonah Malkin. I'm Jonathan Rifkind. What a game we have going on here. 2:14 to play, Jonah, in the third quarter, 39-35. We've had a back and forth affair throughout this quarter, but it feels like Torrey Pines may be in a position to extend this lead.
They are, and part of the reason is they're shooting right now. They've been hitting their shots from the perimeter, and you look at Cathedral Catholic, yes, they're within 4. All their points are coming in the paint. Now, I'm not suggesting that's always a bad thing, but you have to be able to complement the inside game with the outside game. And as this game progresses, if Cathedral Catholic cannot hit that shot from the outside, well, now the defense can overload in the middle, pack the paint, and you're on your way to a victory. And Torrey Pines in this third quarter, and really since the first quarter on, has been hitting their outside shot.
Yeah, Torrey Pines, a very consistent shooting team. The team shoots 33% on the season collectively, which is actually, you think 33%, but as a team, if you're hitting 1 of every 3 threes, that's actually a very good clip as a unit together. Obviously, Nick Herman is the best shooter on this team, but he is getting a lot of help from Chris Howell and Otto Landrum down low. And we'll see here as Kyle Houston checks in if he can provide another spark off the bench for the Falcons.
And he's needed all the help that he can get. 19 big points in the first half of the 30 points scored in that half, so they're going to need some other guys to step up.
Thomas Notriani checks in here out of the timeout. Don's in possession. They trail by 4, 2:10 to go. In the right corner, it's Shea Fitzgerald splashing home a 3. He's on the board now, and it's a big one. A 1-point lead here for Torrey Pines now. 39-38, 2 to play in the third.
Oh, an absolute critical 3. Now you can start to pound it inside, force the defense to have to respect the outside shot.
Herman controlling the perimeter, hands it off. Dangerous pass to Howell. In middle to Landrum. Jumper is short. Rebound soaring forward is Wade. He leads the break here for the Dons. Into the corner for 3. Fitzgerald airballed. Camposano with the rebound up to Herman. In a 1-on-3, Herman gets stuffed at the rack, but a foul is called. Jaden LaBelle got all of that one, and the Cathedral Catholic fans on the far side cannot believe it.
That's a tough call, Johnny. I I don't want to say definitively it wasn't a foul because we don't have another replay view or angle of it, of the body contact, but I'll tell you from our vantage point, it certainly looks pretty close, like LaBelle got all ball on that one.
Everybody's an official when it comes to these games. The only ones that matter, though, are the ones on the court. And this is the opportunity cost the fans as well. And Nick Herman, he ignores the boos. Those don't even exist as he swishes in the first free throw.
And that's what you have to do as the best player of the team. You're supposed to relish in adversity. And you talked about the crowd split, half Cathedral Catholic, half Torrey Pines. And
Jonah, Nick
Dons
Herman
are making their voices known.
Nick Herman has already fought through more adversity than anybody in this gym. On a personal level, right?
Of course.
So I don't think that boos faze him. I think that he takes that as a sign of respect.
Oh, absolutely, and he should. You don't boo someone who's bad, Johnny. You boo someone who's a good player and is a threat.
Tell that to Nick Young.
And is a threat to your team.
Herman cans both. It's back up to a 3-point game. Torrey Pines up 41-38.
They boo him because he shoots a three and turns around before it drops in.
That's why you booed him. Up top, Alex Wade. Picked up by Whitty, gets a screen on the right wing, dumps it down low to Wilhite, up against Howell. He lays it up and in.
And that's the bread and butter right there. Wilhite with the good seal, quick turnaround, using that 6'8" body, 225, Johnny, that big frame, able to bank it in. Nice move.
And you said he's the key. Well, finally, he gets on the board here in the third, 41-40, a minute to play in the third. Howell probably walked with it. We got away with that one. He missed the lay-in. Ball doesn't lie, as Rasheed Wallace once said, and Shea Fitzgerald got the rebound. Alex Wade bringing it up. Alex Wade stops right block. He's rejected by Whitty, but he stepped out of play on the corral, and it will go back to Cathedral Catholic. Good defense, unfortunately, though, for Whitty. Couldn't keep it in play.
Absolutely was a great job by Nate Whitty, sticking with him, jumping at the right time, avoiding the body, and just getting all ball on that block.
41-40, Torrey Pines up by 1. They trailed by as many as 14. They've led by as many as 4. There's a 20-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 14 on the shot clock, 34 on the game clock. Up top is Wade. Starts his move to the right on the wing. He's picked up by Houston. Fakes left, goes right baseline. Wade dumps it up into the middle on Yanwu. 15-footer, yes.
And he's got to hit that, Johnny. When Wade collapses the defense like that, you got to make him pay.
42-41, Cathedral back up by 1. No shot will be taken here by Torrey Pines. 10 to go here in the third. Herman picked up by Fitzgerald. Goes to Houston, back to Herman with a 4. Herman with 2 will lodge the 40-footer. Off left iron, and the horn sounds. And we are through 3 here in the Open Division Championship, 42-41. Cathedral Catholic is up as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll look aside for our fourth quarter break. You're listening to the Prep Insider, CIF San Diego Section Boys Basketball Open Division Final. Cathedral Catholic up by 1, 42-41. Back from Montgomery High School in a moment for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is upon us. Welcome back to Montgomery High School. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin on the call with you. 42-41, Cathedral Catholic trying to be the first team in San Diego ever to repeat Open Division titles. Torrey Pines trying to be the first team ever to complete a 29-0 season and win the championship. On the left wing, it's Alex Wade, the future Notre Dame Irish. He has the pass taken away by Otto Landrum, and Torrey Pines on the open possession forces a turnover. Now Whitty Stops on the block, flips it up, can't hit. Rebound, soaring for it as it's battled around. Onyanwu comes away with it, hands it off to Wade. Wade turns on the jet, stops right wing into the middle. Onyanwu up against Howell, can hit.
And now the size starting to wear down this Torrey Pines defense with Onyanwu.
Pass taken by Wade against Howell. He gets rejected. No, a goaltending and hit the backboard.
Wade got that up really quickly. It looked like it was close. Howell with a great chase. They say it hit the backboard first. Wow, that was close.
Howell soared for it, 46-41, lead back up to 5 here. The Torrey Pines will bring it up. Nick Herman trying to shake off the call. 7:10 to go here in the game. Looking for Howell on the high post. He swings it to him on the right wing. Now into the corner, Herman. A double is looming. He's going against Wilhite. Tried to force feed it to Howell in the middle. It gets knocked away off the Dons. It stays with Torrey Pines under the hoop. 46-41. Cathedral Catholic on a 6-0 run. Going back to the last quarter. 1 minute and 2 seconds in here to the fourth. And the Falcons have it under the hoop. The gunner here is Howell. Finds Herman in the right corner. Stops right shoulder. Stutter steps into the hoop through contact. Leaves it left short. Ball's batted away off of Cathedral Catholic, so Torrey Pines very fortunate to get it back with a fresh shot clock.
And now doing a nice job with their interior defense, forcing everything out at the perimeter. Now it's Torrey Pines' turn to be able to make him pay from downtown.
Nate Whitty, the senior guard, takes it in, brings it up to Herman. On the right side, it's Houston. Logan Houston has played big minutes off the bench here for Coach John Olive. Whitty into the middle now. Landrum spinning, twirling off the block, too hard. Wilhite with the rebound, facing 3 white jerseys, whistles blown, and Torrey Pines got too aggressive on the counter.
And Wilhite again asserting his presence down low. He's been extremely active in this second half, Johnny, and I think that has really helped contribute to this 5-point lead.
Nate Whitty just picked up his second. Both teams with 4 team fouls, so still 3 to give here. The rest of the way on both sides. After a lot of fouls in the first half, they've certainly cleaned it up here in the second. And Alex Wade, the future Notre Dame Irish, fighting Irishman, I guess. I'll prefer to walk on for an electric program in South Bend, bringing it up. Pick Nate, senior battle. Wade now left wing. Houston switches on him, goes right at Houston, dumps to Wilhite, and he's fouled by Landrum as he goes up for it.
And the thing that I've noticed about Wade as this game has progressed, he's playing faster and faster. He's picking up his level of speed on the floor. Court speed is something that is so underrated when you talk about point guards and leaders, and utilizing the little head fake, dump down to Wilhite again, and Wilhite going back to the free throw line.
The Dons led all but for 1 second of the first half. They went up by 14. And then the third quarter was absolutely owned by Torrey Pines. Coming into this fourth, it was 42-41. Timeout taken by the Falcons, so we'll keep it here. Welcome back courtside, Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin. So happy that you could join us here for the Open Division. Jonah, how did Cathedral Catholic put together this run to take the 5-point lead?
Well, first of all, I think that Torrey Pines was starting to not hit some shots. That contributed a big part, but I talked about it. I'll say it for a third time. I'm sorry to the listeners. Will has
this guy.
I just think that when you think about what has Torrey Pines done extremely well tonight, that's drawing fouls and getting to the paint. Well, who's the one guy on Cathedral Catholic that can clog the paint? And that's Wilhite. And when he was off the floor, that is when Torrey Pines made their biggest run in the second quarter. Now that he's back and not in foul trouble, still hanging on to those 3 fouls, they can run their offense through him, and they can limit Torrey Pines to single possessions, and I think that that's been absolutely key.
Torrey Pines, no matter what, they're vying for an Open Division spot in the SoCal Regional. We'll find out tomorrow where they're seeded, but it sounds like even if they lose this game, that they will be the 7th or the 8th seed, which means that they'll likely either match up to Etiwanda or Sierra Canyon in the first game of the Regional. Cathedral Catholic has opted out of the Regional to head to Arizona for a Sectional 7 tournament. No matter what, though, both these teams are hungry. They want to win. Let's get back to the action on the court. 46-41 our score. Out of the timeout, 6:16 to play here in the, and I believe we will have Wilhite at the line. Yes, we will for 2. 3 fouls, by the way, against Otto Landrum, who picked up that foul before the timeout. And Wilhite can't hit the first. Free throws have been the motif throughout the championship season, going all the way back to Thursday. Earlier in the girls' game, Bonita Vista Cathedral Catholic, as Wilhite missed both. Bonita Vista was down by 4, and they missed 7 straight free throws, and that ended up being the difference in the game. Folks, you got to go practice free throws because we have found here in the championship that these games come down to free throws.
And that was my key at the start of this game. Free throws late.
Herman dumps it down in the middle. Howell spins right, jukes left, rejected at the rack by Onyanwu. Whistles blown and a foul is called. Chris Howell got bailed out and he'll head to the line for 2. He got bodied up by 2 red jerseys.
And he came down hard, Johnny, on his back. You could see but shaken.
And Dylan Wilhite, they're going to call a foul on him. That's his 4th, Jonah. So he's 1 away from disqualification. We still have 5:58 to go here in the 4th.
That's a big 4th foul, but your head coach, Will Cunningham, you got to roll the dice here. This is for all the marbles. Final 6 minutes. Maybe you make some defensive, offensive substitutions with him, but he needs to be out there for this team.
Chris Howell sinks the first. Just a 67% free throw shooter. Trying to channel his inner Steve Nash.
And Johnny, it's pretty impressive when you look at both these teams. They've really only gone 6 deep on both sides. Pretty much the starters are playing the entire game.
Houston and Fitzgerald are the only 2 really off the bench for their respective squads. The second one will not fall here for Howell. He splits the pair 1 for 2. It's a 4-point game. Don's up 46-42. Alex Wade up top. He faces a double, dumps it to Howell, or to rather to Wilhite in the middle. Wilhite charges down, misses the floater, and they're going to call an incredibly late foul on Herman.
That's a generous call, Johnny. Perhaps it's a makeup call for the goaltend or the block from earlier in the game.
I just think that it's suspect to blow the whistle 4 seconds after contact is made. It has to be an instinct. Otherwise, there's no point. I agree that there was a foul there, but you can't wait 15 seconds for the shot to go up to blow the whistle.
And, Johnny, get this, too. You mentioned that Wilhite had 4 fouls. So if that's an offensive foul, he's out.
Yep. 46-42, Dylan Wilhite at the line. Went 0 for 2 on last trip, though, swishes in the first one here. Lead back up to 6, or rather up to 5, trying to make it 6 here for Cathedral Catholic. The Dons, since 2012, this is their 6th appearance in 12 seasons, so in half the season, again at the second half, he's made it to the championship. He spent 1 year as an assistant at Cathedral and 1 year as an assistant at La Costa Canyon. Quickly became a head coach and now trying to lead the Dons to back-to-back Open Division championships. In the middle, Howell fakes right, spins left, outside Whitty for 3, yes! And just like that, it's back up to a 2-point game.
Great job by Howell on the deep post position. Defense collapse, hits Whitty back on the reload, and he makes him pay. Big-time 3.
Up top, Wade, double comes, swings it left side to Notriani. Thomas Notriani gets rejected at the rim by Landrum. Howell tracks it down, guns it up to Whitty on the right wing, and Howell reset up top. And now they'll hand it off to Herman. Herman picked up quickly by Shea Fitzgerald, swings it to Whitty on the near corner. Trying to make this a tie game. Whitty against contact, hits, no foul, and it's 47-47. That was
up in the air, did Whitty. I was a little bit surprised by the elevation, and he was able to lick it up and in.
Notriani swings it near side to Fitzgerald into the middle. Wilhite floats it up and in over 2 defenders from the left block. And here we go, folks. Back and forth we go. 49-47. 4:15 to go here in the 4th.
Wilhite is going to have that advantage every single time down the floor.
Howell with it in the right corner. Swings it for 3. Herman, yes! He got it, and it is 50-49. Torrey Pines regains. What again?
Confidence, man. Herman had missed his last couple 3-point attempts. Big time 4th quarter spot. He says, not on my watch.
And behind us, the Falcons fans want D. Wilhite. Gets a roll on a floater up above Landrum. And it's 51-50. The Dons regain a 1-point lead. Back and forth we go. Up top is Nick Herman. Picked up by Wade. And Herman is going to take his sweet old time. The far side, the Dons fans chanting defense. On the near side, the Torrey Pines Falcons intently watching Herman. On the right wing, he swings it to Whitty. Up top now, Howell. With 10 on the shot clock, Howell starts his drive. Right baseline got hacked. Prior to the shot, they're saying that it was on the ground. And that is a tough decision by the referee to not award the continuation. And so under the hoop, Torrey Pines will get it. But that is the 6th team foul for Cathedral. Both teams now 16 fouls, no more fouls to give through the final 3:13 here. And remember, if we go to overtime, those fouls carry over as well. And in front of us, Jaden LaBelle is going to check back in after a brief conversation with head coach Will Cunningham. And we will see Dylan Wilhite take a seat. They're going to need him in the final stretch. They can't afford him to foul out. He has 4 fouls.
And he's going to pretty much be standing up right now by the bench. He's going to bring him back in very soon.
All right, Torrey Pines to inbound under their own hoop, fresh shot clock. Into the corner for 3. Herman in the face of Shea Fitzgerald. This guy has ice in his veins. 53-51, 3 to play here in the 4th. Alex Wade looking for the counter. Wade to the rack, can't hit. Onyanwu with the rebound, loses it. Here comes Howell leading the charge for Torrey Pines. No look pass to Whitty in the middle. He can't float it up. Landrum with the follow. 55-51.
Landrum running the floor, following with the play, sticking with it.
Time out, Cathedral Catholic. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkind. If you can't tell, we're having a great time here at Montgomery. It's 55-51. Nick Herman has splashed in 2 consecutive threes, and then a follow by Otto Landrum, and it's an 8-2 run really, and Torrey Pines is up by 4.
And both teams are going to their best guys, their best ISO guys right now. Herman saying, I'm putting the team on my back. And when Cathedral Catholic was making shots, who were they going to? It was Dylan Wilhite. Now he's off the floor. What happens? Back-to-back 3-pointers for Torrey Pines. So that stretch, we're approaching 2 minutes. I'm assuming Wilhite will be inserted back into the game. I'm assuming they will go back to him. And conversely, Torrey Pines is going to continue to utilize their St. Mary's Gales guy in Nick Herman.
Nick Herman is unbelievable, folks. He's just, Jonah and I have seen some pretty incredible shooting displays. I would say Devin Askew at Mater Dei last year, the 40-plus point game that he had was probably the best shooting display that we've seen at the high level, high school basketball level. We're not going to get 40 points, I don't think, from Herman tonight. He's close to 30. But the shooting display that he's putting on, the way that he's doing it, is up there with some of the best we've ever seen.
And they've needed all 30 or so, whatever many points he does have, they've needed all that because they're only up by 4.
55-51, 2:40 to go. Dons with it side out. You can feel the stress in the building on both sides. Alex Wade calmly brings the inbound, swings it right wing to Notriani, drives on the block into the middle now. Onyanwu, left wing, he finds Wade. Wade picked up by Howell, goes at Howell, loses it, but a foul is called on Torrey Pines, a bailout by Chris Howell. Free throw line. And that is the 5th foul on Chris Howell. I believe that he is done.
And that's what the refs are checking, the assistant coaches at Torrey Pines right now.
Wait, did Dylan Wilhite foul out? Dylan Wilhite has fouled. By the way, we missed the foul. He is done.
I was about to say, I'm not sure why he's been sitting for so long.
Okay, so we missed that foul. Okay.
So he's got 5, so he's done.
So he's done. The foul goes against Nate Herman. That's his 2nd. So they cleaned it up here. And that is a big loss for the Dons. But Alex Wade at the free throw line with 2:23 to go, trying to make this a 2-point game. Wait, now things are all sorts of confusing on the who are Cunningham. Steve Wade, who's the father of Alex Wade, are trying to figure out with the officials what the heck is going on. They cleaned it up. They actually So the foul does go against Nate Whitty. That's his third. Alex Wade sinks to the front end and makes it a 3-point game, 55-52 with another free throw coming. South Bend, Indiana, home to Notre Dame, a team out of the ACC in basketball, trying to compete. And Alex Wade, as a preferred walk-on, could legitimately get some big minutes for them. 55-53, he hits both. It's a 2-point game, 2:20 to play here in the fourth. Chris Howell brings it up. He's picked up by Wade. Swings it right wing to Whitty. Into the corner now Herman. Has a pair of threes here in the fourth. He goes up top to Howell. With 2 minutes to play and 15 on the shot clock, Howell on the right wing gets a high screen from Landrum. The pick and roll to Landrum. Between Landrum and Howell, and it's back up to a 4-point lead. Quickly on the other side, Fitzgerald splashes home a transition three, and we have a 1-point game.
He's been the X factor tonight, Johnny, when they've needed 3-point shots, when it seemed like this game might be getting out of hand. Fitzgerald has delivered from downtown.
He has been electric off the bench in the corner. Herman thought about a three, swings it to Landrum in the middle, back out Whitty, straight away, stutter steps to the rack, lost it, and he'll go to the line because he got fouled on the way up, couldn't hit the layup, and that foul will be against Alex Wade. And now at the free throw line, Nate Whitty getting his first free throws of the evening. He's a 67% free throw shooter, 24 for 36 to this point in the season. Trying to make this a 2, maybe 3-point game. Sinks the first, 58-56, 127 to play here in the game. The fourth. We have seen one overtime here in the championships. It was Crawford versus Vincent Memorial all the way back on Thursday night, Joe. That feels like a week ago. Crawford ended up winning in overtime. We'll see here what the rest of the fourth quarter brings. Whitty misses the second. No, Triani tracks it down, finds Wade. Wade brings it up. It's a 2-point game. Wade tries to dump it down to Onwanwu. Landrum tips it out. LaBelle gets it. He tackles Camposano, and Camposano's going to go to the line. LaBelle almost tripped Camposano intentionally, and now the officials have to break up the scrum at midcourt.
And I think that's just emotions. I don't think it was intentional at all. He didn't. I don't want to. I'm more speculating, but listen, the emotions are high right here, Johnny.
Speculating or giving the benefit of the doubt, Jonah?
That's true. I am. I'm a good person. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know if that's the adjective I would use to describe you. You are a person. I'm kidding. You're a great person, Jonah. 58-56. That is foul on Jaden LaBelle. Wilhite has fouled out. LaBelle has fouled out. A 30-second timeout was taken, but there's only 7 seconds left in the timeout before both teams go to their respective sidelines. Torrey Pines still has 4 timeouts. Cathedral only has 1. That is a big discrepancy, and Coach John Olive has done a masterful job calling this game from the sideline for the Falcons.
Well, listen, when you have a veteran coach like that, you know when to utilize your timeouts and when to preserve them as long as you can. And you're right, 4 timeouts with 1:15 remaining. You can draw up a lot of plays with that.
At the line comes Camposano, Diego Camposano with a rainbow first shot, sinks it through. 59-56, a $1:15 to go. One more free throw can make this a 2-possession game on the season for Camposano. Just a 48% free throw shooter. Lines up the second one and drills it. 2 for 2 from the line. Timeout, Torrey Pines. They're up. Welcome back courtside. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkind, trying to catch our breath because the oxygen is being sucked out by all the stress in the stands around us.
I mean, it's palpable in here. You can feel the tension on both sides, and that's what you love. That's what you want. Final game of the season, and no better atmosphere for high school basketball than right here with a division or an open division championship on the line. Both teams leaving it all out. And Johnny, it's a 4-point game with about a minute left. Right now, I think that if you're a Cathedral Catholic, you're trying to hit Fitzgerald on a 3-pointer. He's hit 2 critical 3-pointers in the second half. And listen, he's a space setter for this team, and maybe Alex Wade can penetrate, find Onwanwu or Fitzgerald in the corner. You're Torrey Pines. You're saying to yourself, don't give up the 3 ball. If you're going to give up a shot, give up a layup. Don't give up a 3 ball.
And also,
right
if
now.
you're Torrey Pines, you're saying, thank goodness Jaden LaBelle and Dylan Wilhite have both fouled out.
That helps too.
LaBelle, the best 3-point shooter for the Cathedral Catholic Dons, and Wilhite, obviously, the big man down low, headed to Kansas as a preferred walk-on. They will be without both of them the rest of the way. We'll see if they can come through in the absence of these 2 guys who fouled out, or if Torrey Pines can exploit the mismatches and run out of here with the victory. Let's get back to the action on the court. 60-56, $1:10 to play here in the ball game. Alex Wade bringing it up. He's picked up by Howell on the right wing. Wade begins his drive on the block, hands it off to Onwunwu. 8-footer is blocked by Landrum, rebounded by Herman, and he'll calmly bring it up. But Shea Fitzgerald applying pressure in the backcourt. Herman spins away from him and resets up top. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 50 seconds to go in the game. Here, it could be tough it really forces the issue for Cathedral Catholic. And really quickly, Coach John Olive wants a timeout, 15 on the shot clock, 43 on the game clock. Jonah, what's the intention here by Coach John Olive calling the timeout?
Well, clearly you're trying to use up as much clock as you can, understanding time and score, right? 43.6 remaining in the game, 15 on the shot clock. If you're Torrey Pines, try and riddle that clock down all the way, wind it all the way down to the end, and then give it to your best guy in Herman and let him go to work. And I think right now what they're trying to do is free him up in a position where he can succeed.
My most important question I've asked you here today, what will it take to get you to do a YMCA here on the broadcast?
Not much.
Let's go! We're having fun
I did
here.
Prematurely.
We're rocking here in Montgomery.
I did it again prematurely. No one wants to see that. Change it back.
Jonah, the ever dancer. We used to go to bar mitzvahs all the time, and this guy was dropping it like it was hot on the dance floor. They're down 60-56. Rather, Torrey Pines, my mistake. They're up 60-56. Nate Whitty to inbound. Whitty finds Herman on the right wing, 14 on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. Herman putting the moves on, bodied up by Muncie. He loses it. Howell tracks it down, and then it's taken away. Ball goes up, punched away to Wade. Wade wide open, lays it up, and he gets fouled. Is it a goaltend as well? No. So Alex Wade, with the clock stopped at 28 seconds, with his team down by 4, has an opportunity to cut it to 2.
And just great perimeter defense right there by Wade and Fitzgerald to cut off the driving lanes of Herman, pressure him at the right time, throw a second body at the right time, and be able to draw that foul.
And Jonah, Torrey Pines just burned another timeout. We talked about a minute ago how they had 4. That it is important to just keep his guys and the space, their mental space, in his purview, right? You don't want things to get out of hand. That last possession was really bad for Torrey Pines. There was no movement off the ball. It was a tip away by Herman, and then it was punched by Wade. He had a wide open layup. Landrum came in and just basically bodied him up to make sure the layup missed. But now Wade at the free throw line. Torrey Pines needs to slow things down, but here for Cathedral Catholic, you got to make both of these, and then you got to foul as quickly as possible, right?
Well, if you're Coach Olive, you're basically playing out all the different scenarios right now. You're saying, okay, if he makes or misses the second free throw, regardless of the first one, you make or miss the second, here's what we're doing. We're either pushing it, or if he makes it, here's how we're going to get Herman the ball on the inbounds play. That's what he's drawing up right now.
Both teams with 8 fouls, both teams with 1 timeout. The only difference on the board is the score, 60-56. And the future Fighting Irishman, Alex Wade at the line. First, a big miss by the senior captain in his last game with the Dons. This free throw can cut it to 3. Still very doable here for Cathedral Catholic. The last time Torrey Pines lost in San Diego was to the school on this floor in the same situation in 2020. Torrey Pines 28-0, looking to complete an undefeated season and a championship. Howell gets the inbound. Guns it up to Herman. Almost stripped by Fitzgerald, but contact prior. And that will send Nick Herman to the free throw line. He walked to the wrong free throw line. He walked to the Cathedral Catholic free throw line, and the official said, no, Herman, you need to go over there. This guy's been playing so hard that perhaps the oxygen in his brain maybe not as sufficient as he would like, but he doesn't care. He knows how to make free throws.
Well, these are his first free throws taken on the opposite end of the floor.
Fair enough.
All the first free throws he was taking came in the first half when he was shooting onto the other side, onto the other basket. And now, you said the refs had to assist him in the other way.
60-57, he misses the front end, an 82% free throw shooter. Wade has it with 20 to go. Wade driving. I don't know why you're taking a layup. He missed Landrum. Bodies down. Onyanwu gets it. Timeout taken. And Howell wrapped up Onyanwu, but it was incidental. Everything's okay.
Man, were they fortunate to somehow come away with that basketball and
But what are you
call a
doing if
timeout.
you're Alex Wade?
I think he saw some daylight, and he decided to go for it and see what happens. Sometimes you play off your instincts, and his instincts said, hey, I've had success driving the basketball.
I will say
this.
I will say here, Jonah, I think that this works out better, though, for Cathedral Catholic, because you can draw up a play for 3 out of the timeout. Off a missed free throw, you're running in transition. Everybody's sort of all over the place. Wade had to make something happen himself. Torrey Pines was very lucky they didn't get called for foul on him, number one. Wade is very lucky that Onyanwu was such a beast down low to rip it down, and his coach had the wherewithal, Coach Cunningham, to call a timeout. And now I have a feeling we're going to see a 3 drawn up here by the Dons.
Well, and Onyanwu has had to play big with Wilhite sitting on the bench, and he's really the only guy that can get after it, at least with the bigs out in the forest up there. So big-time offensive
And
rebound.
unfortunately here for the Dons, their best three-point shooter, Jaden LaBella, has fouled out. So a big loss here for Cathedral Catholic. But Shea Fitzgerald, a really good three-point shooter. Dominic Muncie can hit threes. Alex Wade can hit threes, and I have a feeling we will also see Thomas Notriani out there. He is out there, another three-point shooter here for the Cathedral Catholic Dons. Here we go, 60-57, 14.7 to go here in the ball game. Cathedral Catholic needs a 3 to tie and keep their championship hopes alive. Fitzgerald in the corner for 3. No, but he got fouled, and he will line with an opportunity to tie it up.
And that was just a great back pick for Fitzgerald off the far baseline. He's been your hottest three-point shooter in the second half, but this is the moment, Johnny. You're by yourself. No one's guarding you. You got 3 shots to tie this game up with 12.7 left.
And Fitzgerald sinks the first. He knows that. Jonah, remember how we said every game's come down to free throws?
That's been the key. That was the key of the game.
Shea Fitzgerald has practiced his free throws. I can tell you that as he lines up number 2. Sinks it. And 1 point away from tying this thing up with 12.5 to play. Shea Fitzgerald off the bench has been a lightning spark. And he sinks all 3. The final timeout called by Coach John Olive. I don't think we can even set, I think the folks at home know what the stakes are, so I don't know if we need to even set it up for you. It is 60-60 with 12.5 seconds to go in the game.
Those were clean free throws right there. There was no ounce of nervousness stepping up to that free throw line. You talk about clutch, but that's the hard part. Or I should say, rather, that's the easier part, hitting those 3 free throws. Now comes the hard part. Can you defend with 12.7 seconds left? You know, if you're Cathedral Catholic, who's going to have the ball in his hands and who's likely going to take the shot. And that's Nick Herman. So you took care of step 1. That's part of the business. Now you got to go out and defend and secure a rebound right here.
If you're Torrey Pines, what's the earliest you will take a shot? Are you waiting?
3 seconds.
So you don't, no matter what, you want overtime.
No matter
if
what.
you miss, you want overtime.
Yes.
You don't want an opportunity to get offensive rebound.
Not a chance.
Okay.
Not a chance. Because here's the thing. Well, I guess no more timeouts remaining. I'm a believer in, hey, you wind that clock down. You wait till 3 seconds. I don't care if you have an open shot at 8. Don't take it. 3 seconds, you take that shot. That's it.
The crowd on their feet on both sides. It is coming down to the wire at Montgomery. I don't know how we have voices, Jonah, but by God, I'm so happy we do. 60-60, 12 and a half to go, full court for Torrey Pines. The inbounder will be Nate Whitty against a full court press. He finds Herman. Herman is picked up by Fitzgerald with 9. Herman crosses the plane with 7. Herman with 5. Herman with 3 for the win. It's short. Rebound. The ball goes out of play. It was knocked out by the Dons.
Oh, man.
So they're going to put, it's 0.1 on the clock. They're putting it up to 0.5. So enough to get a shot off. Howell was in there for the offensive rebound. The shot was short. It was knocked out of play by Onyanwu. And now one more opportunity. Literally the inbound for 3. Herman. Yes! Oh my God! Nick Herman cans the championship game.
Oh my goodness.
And they are going crazy at Montgomery.
Are they're shaking.
All right, well there it is, 63-60. It is confirmed. Torrey Pines is your Open Division champions. And what better person than Nick Herman to be the one to can it?
And they were looking to see if the shot clock turned on. If they started it, they didn't.
They are still clearing the sides. They need to make sure that they can get this right.
Wow, what a finish.
And the Cathedral Catholic coaches to our right, very unhappy. Guys, it's the game. 63-60, head over to social media, Jonah. As we sign off, Christian Pedersen will have everything for it's the end of the game. We are broadcasters. All right, so now we're getting yelled at by Cathedral Catholic coaches on live radio, but the game's over, and it is what it is. Jonah.
And you know, I mean, they're animated. Listen, when you got 0.5 seconds, you don't have enough time to think. The shot just goes up, and you go from there, and you shake your hands. You congratulate a guy that culminated one hell of a performance, and it was only fitting to end in this fashion.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Head to the SD Prep Insider social media accounts. Christian Pedersen will have all the post-game coverage for you there. But, folks, what an incredible day. It started at 9:45 for us, and 12 hours later, Cathedral Catholic puts an exclamation point, or excuse me, Torrey Pines puts an exclamation point on the evening. 63-60, Torrey Pines finishes 29-0 on the season, and they are your Open Division champions. Jonah, final thoughts?
I mean, just an incredible game from start to finish. Just impressive, big-time clutch shot making from both sides.
For Jonah Malkin, my name is Jonathan Rifkin. We'll be back next week for baseball, softball, and water polo championships. Thanks so much for tuning in. Head to social media for all the post-game proceedings.